Hi, I'm Tim Smith. Welcome to this next V101 TV video. I'm at VMworld 2019 and I've got some of my friends here that are going to talk a little bit about who they are, what they do, and what they think is important in IT and where you can go to learn those things. So I'll go ahead and start off. I'm Tim Smith. I'm a solutions architect currently at Veeam. I've been in IT for quite a while now, worked in numerous different roles, and I've always been into virtualization and the on-premises data center, but if I were getting into IT right now, I think I'd focus on things like Kubernetes, AWS, Azure resources. They just announced that Kubernetes is going to be really deeply integrated into vSphere here in the very near future. So I think that's going to be a technology that's going to be really prevalent in many data centers over the next couple decades. So I'd look at things like Kubernetes.Academy, a new learning resource that was just announced. Of course, A Cloud Guru, and there's loads of books that are always being written. But also, I would look at unique resources like hopping on Twitter, looking at some of the experts in that field and seeing if they blog, because typically people who are going to blog about these resources are also going to post learning resources and also things, maybe how-tos and walkthroughs on their YouTube channels. So let's see what everybody else thinks.
Josh DeYoung. I'm a senior virtualization technical lead for a software company based in Oregon, and I'm a two-time VCP in data center virtualization and in network virtualization. And really, for me, the biggest thing that really helps with your career is automation. Like understanding automation frameworks and even basic things like PowerShell. PowerShell has been the thing in my life that has made everything about my job incredibly easy. And when it comes to resources, Google is your best friend. And if you don't have a lab, if you're going to be running scripts from the internet, you need to have a lab. So never test these things in production. But one of the things that you can do is the VMware hands-on labs. There is a Power CLI lab that you can take, and in there you can download anything from the internet and run it in this lab, and you can break it all and then rebuild it in a matter of seconds. So never test in production. If you got to do it and you don't have your own lab, hands-on labs are an excellent resource for that sandbox.
Hey, how's it going? It's Keith Townsend from the CTO Advisor. 20 plus years in IT, and I've kind of up-leveled my career from desktop support all the way down to speaking to executives. So if I were to get into IT today, what do I view as the most important thing? Well, you hear a lot about automation. We hear a lot about automation on the IT infrastructure side. But if I were to advise someone coming into IT today, I'd probably have them look at something like business automation. Specifically something like UiPath or Automate Anywhere, those solutions. Both companies have pretty robust training, whether it's on YouTube or universities that they fund, quote unquote universities, in which you can come and learn their technologies. This is creating RPA, robotic process automation, RPA robots to do simple tasks such as scanning in PDFs, POs, entering those POs into something like a SAP system, and then open up Outlook to email notification that the PO has been executed. So while it seems simple, it takes a little bit of training, takes a little bit of practice, but it adds value, not just from a pure technology perspective, and you get to learn a little bit of business. That's my recommendation.
Hi, my name is Jim Jones, and I am a senior cloud architect for Offsite Data Sync. I've got a fairly wide array of certifications, VCP on both data center and NSX with VMware, Cisco CCNAs, Veeam, VMC, and AWS Solutions Architect. So in terms of what's important today, I think that anything cloud focused, and more importantly, what's important to the role that you want. For me, I was looking for a new role that was in the Veeam spectrum, so Veeam certification made a lot of sense for me. Finally, so where do you learn about this kind of stuff? I really love Pluralsight and really love vBrownBag. Both of these are excellent resources that you can consume on your time.
Hi, my name is Ariel Sanchez. I work for VMware as a technical account manager. As regards to what certifications I think are important, anything that is a little advanced. Like, I think the VCP is a good way to start in regards to VMware, but I would heavily encourage you to not stop there, to get any of the VCAPs. I don't care if it's networking, I don't care if it's, desktops. It just shows that you have this much willingness. And really, the VCP is a memorization exam, whereas the VCAP you have to show some expertise. So it will make you, just studying for the exam will make you a more well-rounded individual. The other thing I would say, multi-cloud is a thing. It really is happening. Make sure you understand at least how the networking works for each one of them and how the concepts work. So I would say getting an entry-level certification for AWS, GCP, Azure, whichever is the most relevant for you will be the first one. That is one thing I would do. On the other hand, some of the things you really need to learn are not certifications. Certifications typically lack or they're behind the knowledge that you need. I would get heavy into Kubernetes right now. I think this VMworld has been all about it. Kubernetes.academy was just launched, and it was done by people like Scott Lowe, who had moved to Heptio. So it was the Heptio people that put up this thing free for the community. Now, obviously, Pluralsight is one of the perks that we get as V-experts. That it always has, better than the most content that I've checked. And finally, O'Reilly Books. It's an expensive subscription. When you get it in Black Friday, it's like $200 a year. Otherwise, it's $400 a year. But that way, you get access to the full catalog of O'Reilly Books. Really good, especially when you're like, I need a topic. O'Reilly typically has that topic. That's it.
Hi, my name's Angelo Luciani. I'm on Twitter at Angelo Luciani. I blog at virtualize.com. I'm community manager at Nutanix. In today's day and age, being in the industry so long, so many years, I've seen a transition in terms of certifications. Some of the certifications that I think are important today are anything to do with cloud. Pick your flavor, AWS, Google, Azure. And I'm starting to see a lot around containers / Kubernetes. So anything around that is valuable. And some educational resources you can use. Of course, community blogs. Your peers in the community write a lot about these things, and sometimes they script out the blueprints, certification blueprints, as well as sites like Pluralsight, Cloud Academy. These video training sites help a lot. And then on YouTube, there's a lot of free material to learn from. You need to be a little more careful on YouTube because there's so much material generated, but definitely YouTube is a good resource for these types of things as well.
Hello, my name is Paul Woodward Jr. I'm a systems engineer. Certifications that are important today obviously include anything VMware. It's kind of the base of your data center, as well as looking at the cloud, stuff for Azure and AWS. Resources, there's plenty of amazing free resources out there, such as attending your local VMUG, looking at YouTube with the V Brown Bag crew. And then when you look into the paid resources, very reasonable stuff includes a Cloud Guru for AWS for sure. I believe they're doing Azure, and then Skylines Academy for Azure. And then talk to your local VMware team. There's all sorts of great resources through the VMware website, and you can talk to your employer about looking at courses through VMware. And also take a look at your local tech college. You'd be surprised what you're going to find out there that you can take. You don't need to be in a full degree program. You can take courses online right now.